It's another custom boot rack of the week, and this time around we've got a South African theme to it, being our Fellies, or also known to the world as Chukka boots. So Fellies, as the story goes, were originally designed to withstand some of the harshest conditions used up in the war in North Africa, and from there the design was taken to Europe and the rest of the world by the Clark's Boot Company. Here at Jim Green, we've stuck to the traditional way of making Fellies, making them as tough, rugged and durable as possible. And today we're going to go through 4 options and show you how different, although they look fairly similar, these boots can be made. As we do with these videos, we give you a little update of what's happening here at the factory, and you would have seen we've been a little bit quiet on our YouTube channel and various social media platforms. And that is because there's a lot going on behind the scenes here. We've officially taken our new space in our factory, moved everything across, we've shifted all our machines forward, and at the same time we're taking delivery of some much needed new equipment to help better the quality of our boots and how efficiently we can make them. So this year, I know there's lots of questions about what's new to come. We all know, and everyone's waiting for the mock toes. We have just got delivery of the machines that we need for that. So we're busy fine-tuning the production and the way we make our mocks. There's some other styles that we've been mentioning, like the composite toe caps, but all those have kind of been in the pipe works for a good couple of months now, so something we've prepped for. But something we really want to do to kickstart this year and knuckle down on is obviously our efficiency at the factory and the quality of boot that we are producing. So that is what our emphasis is going to over the next couple of months, and only really once that's in place and everything's running smoothly will we probably start to look at developing some new styles. But where you see where we've come from 5-6 years ago, our range is a lot wider and there's almost a boot for everyone to choose from, especially when going through our custom boot maker. Now let's get into these Fellies. So let's dive into this pair of Shoelies. Now how this differs to what we originally came out as a stock item is that this doesn't have our Oringo wedge sole, and it's also got all metal eyelets. Now this customer has gone for our African buffalo skin, which is in and out of stock as we go. So lucky for him, he's managed to get a really nice piece of the skin here. So this piece of buffalo skin has some great texture to it, but at the same time still has quite a formal look to it. If you see the design this customer's gone for, you would think this is going to be a great boot for more formal use. It's obviously our stitched down construction, and he's gone for a leather midsole, so it's going to add a bit of comfort and extra durability for when he gets this boot resoled down the line. Something I really like about this boot is he's gone for our falcon sole. So maybe not as formal as our frog grip sole, which has that 90-degree sort of pattern in the heel here, which makes it a little bit more formal. This is quite more of a simple pattern and something you can use anywhere. Now this won't gather mud nearly as easily as some of the other soles we offer, and I think this is going to be a great everyday boot to kick around in and have a cool story behind it with the African buffalo skin. This pair is off to Pennsylvania in the USA. Onto a pair of barefoot Shoelies. Now this customer has great taste in the barefoot Shoelie, as this has been my personal boot of choice here in South Africa for our hotter months. The reason I love it is it's just a low cut boot, easy on and go off, and I just find it so comfortable. I've really enjoyed our zero drop last and the whole idea behind the barefoot boots, and especially the Shoelie in the spec. Now what you can see here quite different is the zero drop last versus our ASHM last, one a little bit more formal for the office, whereas our zero drop sticks more to the barefoot spec of a boot. We are developing a slightly wider barefoot last, which will hopefully be out towards the end of this year, but for now this does a great job, and I've got a 3E width foot, and this last does a good job for me. Now this customer, he's gone for the two-tone look of green and brown. Yes, at first it does have quite a contrast, but once you start breaking this boot in and the boot gets some scuffs and a bit of dirt and a bit of adventure in it, these two are definitely going to tie in together and be a great looking boot with not such a big two-tone difference. But then again, it all depends on the use of this boot and how well it's cared for. Now, a nice touch here is the olive stitching, which goes nicely with the quarters, and all round a really great option. And I do like the additions of the steel eyelets, which is just going to give you a little bit more durability or enable you to tighten those laces a little bit firmer. As I mentioned, I love my barefoot shoelies for the hotter summer months, and these are off to California, so I'm pretty sure come the middle of this year he's going to be enjoying these when it's a little bit warmer out there. So from our low cut shoelie options, let's move on to our turbo felly options that we have here. And this one in front of me I really like because of this natural veg tan leather and the white stitching. When I joined Gym Green 13 years ago, the only option or felly that we used to sell was in this spec. Not with this leather option. It used to be our chrome tan leather with the white stitching. There was a bit of throwback to the past of the fellies I used to see mostly coming down the line. Obviously today it's quite a mixed bag, but this is a bit of a blast from the past for me. So this pair of fellies, turbo fellies, is going to a customer in South Africa. So what you guys can't see on the camera is that these are double lasted. So here with the turbo felly, you get that extra bit of support around the collar, and this customer is going to have that extra bit of durability and water resistant properties with the double lasting. Now, traditionally our Bradbury sole was always made on our fellies. This sole is our natural rubber compound, so it's quite a firm feel to start, but I must say this natural rubber, you can get thousands of miles out of it, obviously depending on the terrain that you're going to use. Now this customer, Bradbury sole and our natural veg tan leather, with time and wear, this is going to age beautifully. He's going to shine it up nicely, and as some of you may have seen on our 1 year review of a 719 boot where we reviewed the boot in the rust veg retan, this natural veg retan is probably going to age quite similar to that, just obviously with lighter tones to it. You can see here on the heel, this veg tan leather embosses beautifully, so you get our nice little frog there. And I think all around a great boot. With the veg tan leather is going to be a slightly harder break-in, especially being double lasted, but not nearly as hard as a break-in as this pair that we're about to chat on now. This pair of turbo fellies, the customer has thrown the kitchen sink at them and gone all in. And I'm going to run through the spec now and explain to you why it's going to be a great boot once it's broken in. So this customer has gone for an all black turbo felly with the metal eyelets, giving it that durability. The boot is double lasted at the same time with a steel toe cap. So this boot's definitely built for the work environment, especially going all black. I guess it may have to do with tying in with the uniform. And then again, a full leather midsole with our tire wedge outsole. So here you're going to get the comfort of the tire wedge outsole with that extra grip and durability that we've designed into the sole. Plus you're going to get the ability to re-sole this boot numerous times as you go through it. So I'm very excited to see, if we ever do sometime down the line, where this boot's going to end up and the hard work that it's going to be put through. Now, one of the negatives with throwing the kitchen sink at a pair of boots is that it does make the boot quite heavy. Here you've got a steel toe cap, full leather midsole, and our tire wedge outsole. So there's a lot of rubber, a lot of leather, and some metal. So yes, a tank of a boot that's going to be put to work, but yet again a very nice looking option, and you're going to get the comfort of that tire wedge outsole. So this pair is off to Georgia, USA. To summarize the fellies that we have gone through, if you're wanting something minimalist, lightweight for hot weather to zoot around in, like I've been using this summer, barefoot shoelie. I think this is one of the most underrated boots in our range at the moment, and I think with time everyone's going to really appreciate just what a tough little boot this is. You want something a little bit more formal for the office, here you go. You can design that boot on the custom boot builder to suit whatever spec you want. For example, you could make this upper a black leather, shine it up, use it in the office, or even as a school boot if you're still in school. Then we go on to our South African customer with our what Gym Green fellies we always used to look like. If you go back in the past on our social media, you'll see we used to use a tan leather Bradbury sole with our polyester woven midsole. So being double lasted, very rugged, he's kept with the lightweight of the polyester woven midsole, and he's going to get the durability of this Bradbury outsole. And then here we go, an absolute tank of a turbo Feli, the all-in work version of it. So although under the same umbrella, you can just see how different you can go from one extreme to the other. So thanks for watching, guys. Comment below if you have any thoughts or future videos you would like to see. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and thanks again for your support.